Let's take a few minutes and talk about adding fractions. When you want to add fractions that have common denominators, meaning that the bottom number is the same, it's quite simple. You simply take the numerators, the top half of the fraction, and you do 1 plus 2 is 3, and then the denominator, the bottom half of the fraction, stays the same. To see this in pictures, 1/4 is that much, and pardon me for not drawing equal fourths. 2/4 is like this. So this 1/4, when you add it to this picture, it equals 3/4. But what do you do when the denominators aren't the same, which often happens? So let's take a fraction like 1/2, and let's add that to 1/3. Well, what you need to do is you need to find a common denominator. You need to find a number that 2 and 3 can both go into. There's a couple ways to do this. I know, for example, that 2 and 3 both go into 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. So let's rewrite this problem with a common denominator of 6. 1/2 equals how many 6? Well, to find common denominators, we do 2 times 3, and that equals 6. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. So 1/2 and 3/6 are the same value. Now what did we do to thirds to turn it into 6? Well, 3 times 2 was 6. So whatever happens to the denominator has to happen to the numerator. 1 times 2 is 2. So now we have a problem with common denominators. 3/6 plus 2/6 equals 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 6 is our denominator. Let's try another one. Let's try one that's a little bit more challenging. Let's look at 1/4 plus 5/6. Now I have a couple of options for finding common denominators. The first, just like we showed before, is to multiply 4 by 6, and this will always work. This will give us a denominator of 24, which is fine. If we follow this procedure to the end, though, we're going to have to simplify our answer. To save us a few steps at the end, though, I'm going to think, what number can 4 and 6 both go into? The lowest denominator. So to find that, let's list our multiples of each denominator. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. These are the multiples of 4. The multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, and 24. Now, like I said, I could use 24 because that is a common denominator, but I will have to simplify at the end. Is there a lower common denominator? In this case, there is. 12 is a multiple of both numbers, so I can use 12 as my denominator. So let's rewrite this problem with denominators of 12. So we ask ourselves, what did we multiply 4 by to get to 12? Well, 4 times 3 was 12. 1, 2, 3. Whatever we multiply the denominator by, we multiply the numerator by. 1 times 3 is 3. Well, what do we multiply 6 by to get to 12? 6 times 1, 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Whatever we do to the denominator, we do to the numerator. 5 times 2 is 10. So now we have 3/12 plus 10/12. Again, we add because we have common denominators now. 3 plus 10 is 13, and our denominator stays 12. Now this answer is called an improper fraction. It means that the numerator is bigger than the denominator, and that's okay. This is an acceptable answer. We do know how to convert that into a mixed number, and we can talk about that in a different video.